You should be telling people not to vote for Kamala like you do for Trump if you are honestly in support of Palestinian emancipation and the end of the genocide. If you want to vote for Kamala Harris, go off. If you think that you're voting for Kamala Harris to like stop the genocide in Gaza, you're delusional. I will tell you that every day of the week. If you think like don't vote for Kamala Harris is like somehow in the interest of Palestinian emancipation, I don't know what to tell you. We need to apply the pressure to the Democratic Party, otherwise they keep pulling the same shit. Yeah, see, this is fresh, young-faced, new chatter. No, they won't. They're fucking delusional, warmongering genocidaires. They do not give a fuck. If they did, they would have literally given a fuck after the 2016 election. They didn't. They stayed the course. So let's focus on building a third party. At least they don't sell out as if Americans are easy to organize. I've been around many years, okay? I've covered multiple elections at this point. Let me tell you something. Green Party never mobilizes any sort of local elections where they could actually genuinely and earnestly make a difference. It can be true that Jill Stein is a grift and that Democrats are supporting a genocidal policy in Gaza. Not only can it be true, it is true. If this makes you despair, I only have one thing to say for you. Grow up. No one ever said change is easy. He's right.
The Grey Name Archives.
CNN has been owned by Jewish Americans forever. Now, obviously, this is like an anti-Semitic thing to say, but it's additionally funny because we're watching tens of thousands of Jews protesting against the Israeli government. What a perfect demonstration of how f***ing stupid Nazis are. If Jews control the media, why aren't they controlling the narrative? Why are they not of one mind, as you claim? The idea that like Jewish people are of one singular mind on any issue whatsoever is ridiculous. No one is like that. Jews in the United States of America are not the most dominant force for Zionism. White evangelical Christians are. Jews are also at the forefront of the anti-Zionist protests in this country.
The Grey Name Archives.
Explain why you're not voting for anti-war Trump. If you think Donald Trump is anti-war, you are literally the biggest baby of all time, okay? Do you know how many war crimes he's single-handedly responsible for as the goddamn president? Donald Trump greatly accelerated drone warfare, so he's responsible for even more drone strikes than drone king Barack Obama. One of his first acts of foreign policy was to drop the mother of all bombs. He assassinated Qasem Soleimani in an unjustifiable extrajudicial killing. Iran is dangerous. Man, you can't say you're anti-war, then say Iran is dangerous. By the way, I don't even fault this dumbass. Let me tell you something. You can only arrive at this conclusion when you have Kamala Harris get up there and basically sig heil in English by being like, we have to have the most lethal American military. You can't trust either of them. Oh, shut up. You obviously prefer one over the other. I don't. I don't trust either of them. I don't like either of them. I openly said I wasn't going to vote for Joe Biden and I wasn't going to vote for Donald Trump. And who knows if I vote for Kamala Harris or not? Probably won't either. So shut the fuck up. You actually have a dog in this fight. You want to vote for Donald Trump. You want to hug Trump. You want to kiss Trump. You love Donald Trump. You think he's a peaceful dove.
The Grey Name Archives.
Don't all American Muslims know the things Trump did in Israel? Muslims in America will never vote for Trump, so these ads will do nothing. You're wrong. Those guys are wrong for thinking that Donald Trump is going to be better than Biden in terms of Gaza. But no, there are plenty of American Muslims now who literally are like, I don't give a dude. The genocide is currently happening. The Democrats are responsible for it. I will literally do everything I can to punish them. Trump's actions are directly responsible for October 7. Like his actions of giving Israel everything, Abraham Accords, all of that greatly worsened the conditions of everyday Palestinians. And I talked to Palestinians in Gaza, and even they personally think, well, under Trump, we weren't being bombed this hard. That is a real thing. They see the Democratic Party sending bombs to Israel, and those bombs are being used to kill their friends, to kill their families. I know what the truth is. The truth is, of course, Trump would be significantly worse, but it does not matter because Trump is currently not the president.
The Grey Name Archives.
Explain why you're not voting for anti-war Trump. If you think Donald Trump is anti-war, you are literally the biggest baby of all time, okay? Do you know how many war crimes he's single-handedly responsible for as the goddamn president? Donald Trump greatly accelerated drone warfare, so he's responsible for even more drone strikes than drone king Barack Obama. One of his first acts of foreign policy was to drop the mother of all bombs. He assassinated Qasem Soleimani in an unjustifiable extrajudicial killing. Iran is dangerous. Man, you can't say you're anti-war, then say Iran is dangerous. By the way, I don't even fault this dumbass. Let me tell you something. You can only arrive at this conclusion when you have Kamala Harris get up there and basically sig heil in English by being like, we have to have the most lethal American military. You can't trust either of them. Oh, shut up. You obviously prefer one over the other. I don't. I don't trust either of them. I don't like either of them. I openly said I wasn't going to vote for Joe Biden and I wasn't going to vote for Donald Trump. And who knows if I vote for Kamala Harris or not? Probably won't either. So shut the fuck up. You actually have a dog in this fight. You want to vote for Donald Trump. You want to hug Trump. You want to kiss Trump. You love Donald Trump. You think he's a peaceful dove.
The Grey Name Archives.
I'm scared, guys. Wait, I think Hamas is different than any other jihadi groups, in my opinion. Hamas is not a jihadi group. What are you talking about? Americans think like Salafists, like ISIS is jihad. It's not. Jihad just means struggle. Going to the gym is jihad. I'm not American. Jihad is an Arabic word for Islamic conquerorship. Motherfucker said, I'm not American. I'm just a racist. Narratives and perception oftentimes is significantly more popular than the actual reality. There are a ton of people who literally believe that when it's simply not the truth. You could just like Google it is an Arabic word which literally means exerting, striving, or struggling, especially with a praiseworthy aim. In an Islamic context, it can refer to almost any effort to make personal or social life conform with God's guidance. In non-Muslim societies, the term is often associated with offensive warfare and violence. Like I said, going to the gym could be jihad, but that sounds silly when like everyone is primed to think, oh, it means saying Allahu Akbar, which also means God is great. But from an American standpoint, from a Western standpoint, it means scary guy about to go boom, boom, because you're racist. I don't know how else to describe it to you.
The Grey Name Archives.
Why are people so angry with conciliatory positions? Isn't both sides trying to be more moderate around contentious issues like immigration and abortion a really good thing for the country? I'm going to ask you a very simple question. If one side is saying we need to kill 12 million migrants and the other side says, nah, let's just kill 6 million of them, do you think that we've arrived at a conciliatory position? Or do you think that the situation is completely some people want to kill people, other people want to kill less people? We should reach the middle, right? Bipartisanship, compromise, and reaching a conciliatory position on the virtue, like ascribing virtue to the middle without analyzing the actual issues is going to lead you astray. This is at the heart of why American politics is so one side never actually wants to compromise. The other side claims compromise is the most important thing. That's how you slowly but surely go towards more right-wing positions.
The Grey Name Archives.
Don't you think Republicans do any policies that centralists can like? What is a centralist? You mean centrist? What does a centrist mean? Stop illegal immigration, tax cuts, don't take guns. Some policies are good, some are bad. Abortion. See, this is what I mean. You have no idea what you're talking about. You have just adopted the right-wing framing on this issue. It's not like the Democrats are pro-undocumented migration into this country. That is what allows Donald Trump to say things like, we're doing child separation, but who built the cages? Barack Obama. They're both very draconian, very restrictive. One benefits from illegal immigration a lot more than the other, and it's pretty clear. What do you mean? Democrats definitely want the vote in the future? Really? You think undocumented migrants are actually getting citizenship in this country left and right? Did DACA not happen? You are literally outflanking the overwhelming majority of Republican voters in general when you say DACA happened. Do you even know what DACA is? No, you cannot vote as a DACA recipient. It just offers the opportunity for people who were brought into the United States borders as a minor the opportunity to work. Can't even leave the country. They have so many goddamn restrictions. The real question to ask you is, why do you think immigrants that are coming into this country are actually harming the United States of America? Why do I think there's a problem with 50 million people coming here illegally and given a blank slate? What do you mean a blank slate? How do you think processing works? Do you think that automatically all 15 million people that have actually come into the United States of America are like, you know, engaging in criminal activity? And don't say they crossed the border. That is a crime. Okay, so was jaywalking. Suck my dick. If you reward breaking the law, you get lawbreakers. That is ridiculous. You're still avoiding the question. What have they done wrong? You slap on undocumented or illegal in front of it and then expect people to be like, yeah, I agree with you. There's something wrong with that. They enter the country illegally. They artificially lower the cost of labor. They abandon their own country. First of all, they abandon their own country. You don't give a fuck about their country. Don't act like you care. They entered the country illegally. Okay. Misdemeanor. Doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck? They artificially lower the cost of labor. This is the only thing that you brought up that is correct. The never-ending pool of undocumented labor actually does artificially lower the cost of labor. The solution to that isn't to purge the country of 15 million people. The solution to that is to document them and allow them to participate in the documented labor force and unionize. What is the problem with migrants coming into the United States of America? Taxes, lower wages, loss of shared national identity. Okay, let's address it. Taxes, you're absolutely wrong on. Not only are you wrong, undocumented migrants literally give more to the system than they actually take out. As far as lower wages goes, we already addressed it. Now, as far as loss of shared national identity goes, that is f***ing hokum. Okay, there are studies conducted on this as well. By second generation, every single migrant group that has come into this country has almost entirely assimilated to American culture. And by the third generation, there is virtually no distinction. The United States is a land of migrants. It's comprised entirely of migrants in general. How many people do you think you know that you talk to on a daily basis that have parents that are first generation immigrants? About 10 of my friends. Exactly. Would you say that they are not Americanized? You grew up with these people. You literally live this on a daily basis, but people in the media tell you that it's actually not the case. So who are you going to trust? It's actually significantly easier to have this conversation with people than you think. Just don't immediately call them racist or whatever, and just work through all of these issues that they supposedly have. In so many circumstances, the actual position that they have will reveal itself, or they'll agree with you at the end of it.
The Grey Name Archives.